Thank you very much. Welcome back to the cold places called Massachusetts. Okay, tonight we do not have a lot of business, but we do have some very important business, and that is a discussion of the interim town administrator search. Now, this is the interim town administrator. This is not an administrator that we are looking for to assume a permanent position in our community. This is sort of an individual who would provide interim services between the time of Tammy's, leaving us on the 1st of June until we can conduct a full-blown search, probably during the summer months, and to make a formal appointment to a full-time town administrator, long-term position, probably in the early fall. So I know that we have we put on the, why don't you tell us, Tammy, where we've advertised and so forth?
So we did it on MMA, and we did it on...
And MMA, for the audience, is?
Municipal Massachusetts.
Mass Municipal Association. Yeah.
I think say it wrong. And we ended up getting, Sandy actually posted all the ads, and they actually went to Sandy, so we just did MMA, and
So-
got quite a few,
right now.
so,
Yeah.
right now.
So to this date and so forth, and obviously we're eager to get moving on this due to the fact that we have a short term, actually, before it is going to be June 1. We have applicant number 1 that the applicants have been reviewed. We have teased out here applicant number 1, applicant number 2, 3, 4, and 5. These would be individuals that we believe we should at least spend a little time evaluating not only their written stuff, but other information that we may have about them. So basically, is our purpose tonight to put together a time frame that we will be
I would
moving
say
through?
Put together a time frame. You could even take them home, look them over, and then next meeting, maybe we could
Yeah.
schedule which
Some interviews?
applicants you want, or...
Okay. I think what we have to do too is we have to, in our next conversation, we have to have a discussion about when we feel that would be the overlap. And so, Tammy, we're gonna need from you some specifics about what kind of overlap you would prefer and what you
So
think
I
would
would
make
like
sense.
someone here May 1st, if possible, because I am going on vacation, so
Okay,
if I could have someone in here by then, so I can go over everything with them. And
Okay.
then,
now, we really should know, because it's important, is when's town meeting deadline, annual town meeting? Because obviously, we're gonna have to be very prepped for
June
that.
10th, I believe it's
Usually
gonna
it's the
be.
second Tuesday.
Okay.
I think it's
but
June.
we gotta confirm that with Alan.
And I know, and oftentimes that is delayed due to the fact that we don't have some information from state is relative to numbers for our own
Yeah.
budget work. So, but we have to imagine that it'll be June 10th, with probably a week previous to that would be the public meeting on the
Yeah.
budget. So I kind of agree that probably having someone in the seat with a little bit of time to get themselves prepared for those two events, I mean, that's like the prom dance
Yeah.
for the town.
Or even the last week of April, if you wanted to, and that's up to you.
I don't want to overdo, because sometimes somebody's
I
just
think
in
May
your,
1st, honestly,
sometimes
is
somebody's
fine.
just in your way.
Yeah, May 1st will be good.
Okay. Okay, so we do have applicants that have some credentials that would meet our needs, and I guess that would be a place to start. So our obligation then is to review these carefully, and then on our next meeting, which would be March, we're meeting next week, right?
Well, I just wanted to confirm that with.
April 2nd, I believe.
Yes, we're gonna try to put April 2nd.
What day of the week is the second?
It's
The
a Wednesday.
second is a, April 2nd is it's a Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, yeah.
No, next Wednesday, I know the flag. What do we have on April 2nd?
Select board meeting.
For what?
We were,
Nobody told me, I have nothing posted.
we talked about it earlier, remember about the negotiations would be executive
Yeah, but you
session.
hadn't confirmed that with me yet.
Right, because I'm waiting for one more thing from the
Okay,
attorneys.
so-
Yeah, so we,
But I gotta know what to put on there.
so that will need to be posted before the end of the day tomorrow.
Okay, so we're not going to hit anything
I'll do
on...
it.
Wait, I'm sorry, wait, no, not tomorrow. That's if it was on Monday.
Yeah.
It has to be posted, hang on,
Right.
I can do math.
So
yeah.
we're not doing anything on the 31st?
The 31st is Monday?
Monday?
No.
Okay, so there's no meeting on Monday, the 31st. Okay, seems like we have a lot of meetings, I just want to keep track.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay, so the next meeting would be on April 2nd?
and you gotta tell me what you want on the agenda, 'cause
Okay,
that's why I
mhm.
don't have it done.
Yep, but that, So 48 hours before that, we still have time to
Yeah.
put that agenda together this
Yeah.
week.
I'll be in the
Because I know that there's
tomorrow,
something
so
from.
Yeah,
I know
anything that I
you
have
a
for it, I'll
couple
have to you for tomorrow morning.
Okay, and I'll
Um,
get it done tomorrow.
And
afternoon.
we obviously, on that date, would be narrowing down the individuals who we plan to interview,
Yes.
Mhm.
and so forth. Whether we do all 5 or not, I don't know. Whether or not we would have, for example, Tammy and potentially maybe one select board person that would narrow the 5 down to 3 or whatever after we kind of sit and have a conversation. But
I
anyway.
mean, if you want, I can even sit with,
Now, are we planning to go into executive session for this?
no, because you don't have, you can't do it without a search committee, so, but I can meet on each one of you one-on-one, and you guys can tell me who you
Okay.
want, so we can maybe even have, maybe I could even schedule interviews if you
Okay.
wanted for April 2nd.
Okay, so on April 2nd, that's what we're doing. Okay, so then the
It might be
next,
a little tight to schedule interviews for next week, short timeline, but maybe not. But
well, the concern.
I think that's something we should decide right now if we're going to have
Right.
interviews on
I
April
agree.
2nd or not.
I would prefer that we try to do interviews on the 2nd, only
I
because
think so too.
I really would rather have, our input on this, because subsequent to that, it'll be very difficult to get input.
I agree.
So-
And I can talk
I
with
mean,
each
if that's the
one of
case, should
you.
we just do all
So we
5
will-
that we have here then?
Well,
You can take time to look
Also,
at it.
also Tammy, all of these applicants, do they do this on a
well, that's.
temporary
neg-
basis, they
it's-
jump around?
It's yes.
Yeah,
This is
so I mean,
negotiable.
obviously, we have to move quickly to
I
reserve
would
our
say-
time
I
slot.
would say definitely move quickly
You know what I
on
mean?
this.
Okay.
yes.
I mean, do we want to just interview all 5 next week?
I would say look through and maybe narrow it down to like maybe 2 or 3.
I actually scanned all that for you guys, I had a quick review before you got here, but I got back late today, so. And I was still getting resumes in, that's why I
Well,
didn't do it yesterday.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think we have to kind of say, for example, one individual here is just from New Hampshire, and his work is in.
So if you guys look at them real quick, we have time to just kind of, we can,
Would you mind?
we can talk
Yeah.
amongst
Yeah,
one.
that or we
have
could select one of the 3 of us to.
I agree, and then I can set
to-
up the
yeah.
interviews.
Yes.
So we could select one of the 3 of us to work with Tammy to narrow it
Yes.
down
Perfect.
as the other
Well,
option.
I think that's a great option,
Me too.
working with Tammy to do that. So I would entertain a motion to make that happen. In other words, have a member of the board work directly with Tammy to bring 3 candidates before us for review and interview on the 2nd.
How many candidates?
3?
3? I think 3 makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll make that motion.
So we have a motion? We
Second.
have a motion made and seconded to authorize a member of the Board of Selectmen to work directly with our town administrator to go through the current applicants and to choose 3 specific candidates that they feel would best meet our needs, while there'll be brief needs, and to have the opportunity to interview those individuals on April 2nd. Please just be aware that the person who's going to be working with Tammy needs to probably do this in the next couple days, because in order to give them time to, in their schedules, to be here at an interview.
So I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone can meet with me tomorrow.
Are either of you interested?
I
Can
will.
you meet with me tomorrow morning?
Yeah, all right.
All right, so,
All right, I'd move to appoint Mark.
I would second that motion. Those in favor?
Aye?
Aye.
Even Mark's in favor.
What was the motion?
The motion was,
To appoint me to work with Tammy.
So what you just said is not the motion? I'm confused.
So
John.
basically,
Johnson.
the first motion was to appoint a member of the select board, essentially creating a position.
So there's 2 motions.
2 motions, and then the second one is to appoint Mark to that position.
Who seconded?
Maureen
I
seconded.
seconded the Mark one.
You second the Mark one?
Yeah. And Mark's said
I second the
the,
first one.
creating the opportunity to,
Creating the position, and then
And this-
appointing Mark to the position.
and one
second
thing
the
I,
first one.
okay, so we're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So the only thing that I would indicate is that I think it would be important for you, Tammy, to begin to have a conversation, regarding what kind of compensation package we would be thinking about, and maybe looking back at previous interims
Yeah.
and the kind of compensation package we had previous to your arrival here. Just in a matter of, do you know what I mean?
Yep, I'll check with Jean.
Yeah, to work out, what it looked like. Obviously, we'll obviously be concerned about being as cost-effective as we possibly can, but we understand that sometimes we're not always in the driver's seat and might be in the back seat for some things, but, at any rate, and obviously the availability of candidates. If you choose the three, could be a conversation with them saying, is your availability, before we, if you pick three, but two of them aren't available, then we'd be concerned.
Right.
So if, whatever we should say, would you be available on by the 1st of May or early May?
Mhm.
Because then they wouldn't, I don't want to drag them in and they say, oh, I'm working somewhere else until the 15th of June. I didn't think you, no, okay, so just.
Right, I noticed that one of the candidates is, anticipating graduating in May, so, just looking at things like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
making sure it'll work out with their schedule.
yeah. Okay, any further business that people would have relative to the agenda item that we're working with?
Not relative to the agenda, but just as an announcement, I know, Tammy, you
Yep.
got some information about,
Yep, I did put it on Facebook as well.
yeah, that would be good.
Oh.
The Prince River Bridge Valley Road has been closed by the state due to safety concerns. It could take a while to get it fixed. And,
I don't believe there's an interim solution. Do you think that this will be closed for many months?
I think years.
I haven't heard from Mass DOT specifically, I just
spoke
heard it
with
all
the
secondhand
engineer
at this point.
myself this
Yeah.
afternoon,
Yeah.
and he said it could be closed upwards of 2 years. And just based on the,
Condition.
size of the damage.
Hmm.
And he said that our opportunity to fix it has since passed, by 2 years. We could have cribbed it up in continued use, but now that the hole is blown out and everything has gone underneath it, it's
Right, we
a
had
set
the,
of problems.
we had a notice, a year and a half to 2 years ago to crib it, and then,
They could have cribbed it in early,
At that
he said the
point-
correspondence was in early 2023, and with no
Response.
response.
Yeah.
And
and then September of this past year, we received the notice sent to the town to close the shoulder, and essentially that it was too late to crib at that point.
before that, I believe there was a registered letter demanding a response. Is that correct?
I think that was a registered letter telling us to close the shoulder, it was too late to, essentially,
It was demanding a response. They
Well,
weren't
we
getting
can
a
certainly
response
check the
Yeah.
files.
yet.
I don't know if there was a,
I ended up actually getting a phone call, and I think I handed it over to
Yeah.
John because nobody was responding to them. So.
yeah, so in September, we responded, but again,
Mhm.
the issue was a bit gone by then. That was when they were telling us to close a portion of the bridge at that point, and I guess
Mhm.
they've done a reinspection since then, and it hasn't stayed the same or gotten better.
I asked if the cribbing could be done, now, and the words were, I believe the ship has sailed on that. I
Yeah,
don't think we can do that.
as I understand it, that ship was sailed about a year ago.
Okay, further comment, question, announcements, anything that's of significance need to bring forward? Okay, I would look for a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to adjourn. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, so we've got a busy agenda, and I would just let you know that I will be meeting with the fire department negotiations, I think on the 8th or 9th, I forget.
The what now?
Kim, fire department.
Oh.
I think we could wrap up negotiations with them then. I know that we will also, I need to finish with the DPW.